Thanks for everybody's help.
And this is YouTube live stream, even though it says Zoom
So we have to be on Zoom to get to the
To the
YouTube
YouTube.
live stream.
Okay, that's fine. Then let me know when you're up and ready.
We are on the record, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. For the Open Public Meetings Act, please note the following. All Bernardsville Borough Planning Board meetings will be held in person in the meeting hall on the second floor of the Bernardsville Municipal Building at 166 Minebrook Road. Meetings will be live streamed on YouTube with no opportunity for public comment in those live stream meetings. Members of the public wishing to offer comments or ask questions will be required to attend meetings in person. The YouTube live stream access for all meetings is YouTube at Bernardsville Borough/streams. This link will also be available on the agenda for each meeting, which is posted on the Borough website, bernardsvilleborough.org, and on the Borough Hall Public Building Board at least 48 hours prior to meeting. Notice of these changes has been emailed to the Bernardsville News and the Courier News by posting a copy on the Borough website and by filing a copy with the municipal clerk on January 23rd, 2025. It is the intention of the board not to continue any matter past 11 p.m. at any regular or special meeting of the board unless a motion is passed by the members then present to extend to a later specified cutoff time. And same shall be announced at the opening of each meeting. In addition, the board does not intend to begin a new hearing after 10 p.m. or begin testimony of a new witness after 10:30 p.m. Any hearing conducted by the board is a quasi-judicial proceeding. Any questions or comments must be limited to issues that are relevant to what the board may legally consider in reaching a decision. The quorum appropriate to a judicial hearing must be maintained at all times. Roll call.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Mr. DeMarco?
Here.
Ms. Geller is absent, although she is watching via live stream. Mr. Graham?
Here.
Mr. Malia?
Here.
Mr. Morrison?
Here.
Mr. Sasa?
Here.
Mr. Simoff?
Here.
Mr. Walden is absent, and Mr. Zazarino.
Here.
You have a quorum, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. And no meeting minutes. Occasions, no visitors. We have resolutions for adoption, the RPM Urban Renewal Associates, 3 resolutions. Is everyone eligible? Or all 3 still the same, right?
Yeah, because everyone that was not eligible to vote,
Do we need to?
certified.
Anything that we need to know about the resolution?
Not much, Mr. Chairman, as you guys all probably recall, I brought urban renewal into the LLC, came in, trying to get amended site plan approval to change the appearance of the buildings of the 3 project sites. We have 1 resolution per project site. I believe it was unanimous approval of 2 members of the president qualified to vote. I would just correct something when they are correct, but just to point out, just because the only people who would be eligible to vote on this resolution must have voted on the underlying application. So even if they watch the tape and they were here, they still can't vote on the resolution. Does that make sense?
No, he said it.
If they weren't here for the vote. On the
Oh, the original vote,
Right.
because this is to finalize it.
Yeah,
They weren't here last week.
Are you talking about last month? When it?
yeah, it was the
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I thought if they weren't here.
It was 22.
Okay.
Well, we do applications, that's fine. Okay, miscommunication in this, but we're good.
No,
So everyone's here, and everybody voted, and everybody's certified, but if they missed the first meeting, they were able to watch the tape.
correct.
Everybody's eligible. I just had one very minor correction I noticed when I was reviewing these for today. On the one for application 242, that's the
Mine.
Minebrook site, yeah, just at the top, I had draft, it should say final instead, very minor change to make clear, right, what version of the resolution is, other than that. Should be good, let's say whether there's a comments or questions, should be pretty straightforward. That's what it will be.
So we vote on one at a time.
Yeah, which I'll-
Okay, So I'll take a motion
Motion on the person, the kind of,
on the Minebrook Road.
issue two, please.
I'll move it.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Roll call,
Mr. DeMarco,
Yes.
Mr. Graham,
yes.
Mr. Malia,
Yes.
Mr. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Simoff,
Yeah.
and Mr. Zazarino.
Yes.
The motion carries.
It's just, I was at that last meeting and voted in favor of passing the resolution.
I apologize.
It's okay.
Mr. Sasa.
Yes.
The motion carries. I am. Your name is missing on all of the.
Okay,
I'll move 18-9 over. I'll second that.
roll call,
Mr. DeMarco.
Yes.
Mr. Graham,
yes.
Mr. Malia,
Yes.
Mr. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Sasso,
Yes.
Mr. Simoff,
Yes.
and Mr. Zazarino.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Yes. Mr. Sal, is that the 14th? Yeah, I was. Yep, you were. Okay, there's the first. Did you miss the first one, Mr. Sal?
Yeah,
Okay, very much you take this over the phone.
Yeah, everyone's here.
yes,
So I remember, I watched the tape and I don't, I didn't see it, so just making sure.
good memory. You down?
Okay. I'll move 63 minutes out. Second.
Roll call,
Mr. DeMarco,
Yes.
Mr. Graham,
yes.
Mr. Malia,
Yes.
Mr. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Sasso,
Yeah.
excuse me, Mr. Simoff,
Yes.
and Mr. Zazarino.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Okay, new business, the bills. There is an issue here with the first item. Which, under our operating expenses. So I mentioned, at least in the details of. Consultation for the Russian foreign. Research, and. There could be other factors too, but, it's not. Like our purview, so, double check the description and,
Did that come from my office?
yes,
Okay. I guess I'll have to see. Put you guys on.
yeah. So, did anyone, are there any other issues that anyone sees? Okay, so, there will be a new, I recommend we drop that. And that there'll be a new total,
We're gonna drop the item or just, or drop the?
That one resolution, I mean, that one bill.
the one bill,
Mr. Myers, tools and code.
you,
So that was the 2060, correct?
Yes.
yes,
Okay, so we go, two,
6465, I think.
yeah,
same number,
6465,
yes. And
okay, I'll take a motion.
I will move to, I will move the bills with our recently mentioned, dropping certain items.
Second, payment of $2,465.
Second.
Fix that,
Excuse me.
6465, right?
Yes.
okay, roll call,
Mr. DeMarco,
Yes.
Mr. Graham,
yes.
Mr. Malia,
Yes.
Mr. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Pensa,
Yes.
Mr. Simmons,
Yeah.
and Mr. Zazarino.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Okay. No public hearings. So our discussion and review item is basically the comments from the rec committee. And on this recreation and open space master plan. They've been able to meet and submit essentially a, affirmation or adjustments to the, capital projects plan. So, and you may have seen it, but there are a number of items. The good news is a lot of them that are complete, you know, I mean, it's been a long time, so stuff has been done. And, this is not the public hearing for the, plan. It's just looking at what they return at.
Exactly, yeah, I do want to schedule the public hearing, so I'm.
And then we do have to just figure out the mechanics of how to get the PDF, updated. After we review this, because we may have comments as well, looking at the guidance that they've provided. And I have some, but if anyone else have. Any comments, I'm pretty sure that the colored charts basically match the. Textual changes which appear to be almost a dump of the cell contents. But I did not check everything on it, but when we do get it applied, we'll need to. It'll just have to be updated and inserted. And I'm pretty sure that John's comments have been applied already.
Yes,
Okay,
That
so
is for sure.
that is a separate. So. I don't have many comments, but I can start, in Claremont Field, Cruiser Park, you know, the baseball diamond and so forth. There is a building there, and the original recommendation was to remove the building and add a restroom and parking. And their adjusted recommendation is to keep the building and redesign it for restrooms. It's in use for programs that use that as a gathering space. I'm going to just provide a general comment that, whenever restrooms are involved, they should, the borough basically, we should be looking at, porta potties. And in absence of that, a restroom trailer. As a much lower cost alternative to constructing restrooms. A restroom's gotta be maintained no matter what, whether it's a porta potty or a restroom trailer or a building, so the real issue is in my mind, will the borough step up to, or rec fund or whatever, step up to the maintenance, requirement of not having anything versus having something.
Yeah.
So, and that would be part of any, implementation, but I'd like to.
There's a comment on that, there's a present value of,
I guess this one.
it's an engineering exercise. If you spend $10,000 up front and you evaluate the lifetime of it, it may be cheaper.
No, it should be, I understand what you're saying, and net present value analysis,
saying.
cost of funds and so forth versus. Doing a capital investment in a building versus.
I'm just saying. That's a test that should be implemented. Because. Buildings with restrooms are much more desirable.
For who,
People playing on the field.
Well, that's where the baseball association meets all the time too. And keeps all their stuff. And I believe that the women's softball team plays there as well.
Does that street have sewer line?
the street is sewer, yes. I mean, the street that goes into the field.
No, so I'm just saying that the initial cost might be less.
It could, you're right, I'm letting you know that how it will work, what the answer is, but I understand, it helps to do. To affirm, because it'll show even more so that the net present value of adding the capital and constructing it. In the building is even a worse business decision for long-term benefit, but I'm agreeing with the concept you're.
Okay, I'm just saying,
So,
standard engineering, so.
well, no, the engineering is the engineering, the
No.
accounting is the net present value accounting.
Well, you're building road, whether you make it out of blacktop or concrete, and the extra value and an extended life,
Yeah,
and all those factors go into the analysis. I'm not saying that either one is right, I'm just saying it should be looked at.
understood. I can't. It should be quicker, can't do that much harm. That might be helpful. That I didn't have anything more on Claremont Park. They have given their recommendations for, which are mostly the same for the priority 4 years later now. For the Kiwanis Field and Peters Park Playground. I only had the same thing, which is, I had nothing for that. In addition, although. Is SHBC the Somerset Hills Ball?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, I figured. And they were looking at, whether they could. Participate and help upgrading. But it as a long term, they switched it from a short term action to a long term action. Once again, the porta potties and, no, sorry, for the next one, which is Rose Bowl, right? So next door here, right, Fairbanks Park. They also said Breathbone and, they also said a shelter pavilion, you know, and their indication, they at least want a porta potty. As their, recommendation, but should all be looked at.
For the Rose Bowl loop trail. I just had some clarification there because it seems like what they're saying is, so New Jersey Transit relics need to be removed, including truck and train car removal. Isn't that something that we could be asking NJ Transit to do now, as opposed to having it be a long-term item? The benefit of having all that stuff removed being the immediate term. I don't know if it doesn't matter right now until, you know, we know what's gonna happen with the dam and things like that, but it's.
It's the, well, you know what it looks like, right? And that sort of trailer, it's now waters,
Yeah.
it's in the water, basically.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the green trailer, yeah, it's,
I like it.
so if it's, I guess, if it's on NJ Transit property, I would think we should ask,
Right.
but I don't think we can compel, right?
No.
Cleanup basically could be done as a medium instead of long, that aspect.
Yeah, and because the final statement there is dependent on dam plan, and I guess my clarification was, is all of that dependent on dam plan? I don't know if it is.
I think it's not literally the dam or east of the dam, it's. I believe there was something about a bank, some kind of reinforcement that was being required downstream from the dams, that was NJ Transit.
Okay.
Interesting, something like that. And so it could be related to that, but I agree with your statement. I think up to this point, what's of interest is that their comments are that things that were originally rated as, let's say, medium, especially in Roseville, they've elongated them. They've made them instead of medium, and I think the dam has a lot of implication too, but they've converted them to long. And then when they do that, they sort of say, well, if in the meantime, if you could just like give us a porta potty or something, or it's kind of like we'll make this thing long, but we would like something, in the short term.
Somebody did point out there is one in the corner up against the borough complex here, but that, maybe you need another one. That's the point.
Yeah, no, yes, I guess the point I was trying to make though is that their input, which they've taken the time to supply, in general appears to me like the whole first page was short. Priority, do it soon. And they greenlighted some as short, but they've indicated medium and long, and that's the essential benefit that we're getting from their feedback. I think, the most significant benefit. Polo grounds, complete. There's one I personally believe, but one item number 4, which is restroom concession meeting facility. And it was, so this is, considered the quote pavilion. And the pavilion project has a lot to it, not just the building, but there's parking and landscaping and things like that. Now they're saying short, but they're redefining as a simple restaurant, snack shack, and covered open air canopy. So that's, I think that if I read that correctly, that's kind of what's being proposed, right, in the pavilion today. I know they've kind of stripped the kitchen to make it not industrial and so forth, and limited, no grease, no broil, things like that. Nothing, they didn't know that, that was the big thing that was there. The key is commercial grade appliances are incredibly expensive. Okay. And as listening to the council, that's kind of what.
That's kind of the idea, I wouldn't say there's any, specifics about that I want to, say won't include, but I think, that's kind of what I've been hearing a little bit is that there's been,
And it still is covered open air pavilion canopy, right? Or is it,
No.
or did you had the canopy, or you had the covered area, right? The seating area, you had the snack shack, and you had the restaurants in the back, right? So it was the covered area for seating, that's as you understand, is that open air? No walls?
That is a good question. I can follow up about that.
It seems that they're reinforcing.
Entirely.
No,
open air
I
versus- yeah.
suggested that they just get started fast, cheaply, and they put a tent up. That they have, food trailers for the snack shack, and that they have, definitely that they have, subject to net present value, but that they use, restroom trailers, and that's what they're spending on, that they're spending on fairly limited, restrooms. There should be more discussion. And I'll keep coming to meetings and raising it, but they're still keeping it short, so they're still interested. And you can see they've changed some of these things to along parking and Department of Public Works.
What why is that a Department of Public Works issue? Do we know?
Well, it's paving the drive. The parking lot on the drive.
So it's drive.
And I think we would choose to do it, like, just to say, I think that, like, Nancy, they would choose to have public works do any.
Okay.
Anyways, but. That's enough, I'm sure.
I believe right now spaces are paved up there, right, and then I
Yeah.
guess it's still on the ground,
Yes.
and that's acceptable. From me, from behind.
Okay. The nature trail, which is number 10, they said is complete, but they do have a note that says the signage needs to be installed. I guess it's been created, but hasn't been installed. They've created this new category called long plus plus, which I guess it's like really long.
Really?
Yes. Okay.
Defined as nice to have for budget slash dependency slash low priority push.
Okay. And the municipal pool, there's a lot that's been going on, you know, contracting it out and all sorts of discussions and stuff, so. I think they tried to just reconcile it, so everything else previously was like short or medium, and then they mark things that they feel are complete. And push some to along. Just one minor point on point number 3, it says annual MTCE, and I was trying to figure out, I think that maintenance, annual maintenance. Oh, okay, fine, yeah, so then Claremont Road and Peters Track. So this is where they bought the property and had a house on it, and they were gonna use it for office, and they tore it down and got green space.
Green acres.
Green acres reimbursements and
Fire
things
lawn
like that.
adjustments there.
So it's currently all leveled, and I think they've even paid some of the parking area. Signage. So a lot of it's marked complete. I think the only thing I would raise here as an addition is just the question of should there be a toilet, you know, a porta potty. And separately, as just an ask in each one of these spots, is whether there should be any consideration of water. You know, drinking water. Stuff, and it can be asked and answered. If the answer should be no, but and others may have better opinions than I do, but should there be a water, water capability, it could be. Others know better how to actually implement water, you know. I'm pretty sure the well was decommissioned at this site. I'm pretty sure, when they demolished the, what do you call it, not the installed it, but it's like decommissioned it or.
And you have to have water, if you have a dog park there, you have to have water. For the dog usually.
I think that probably is something else that should be added to each one of these is dogs, question mark, you know, and because as I remember the surveys, that the absence of dog walking capabilities was absent for the most part, you know, and so maybe we should, I guess, as a follow-up, we should ask them, rec committee, if they want to include any dog aspect to each one of these.
Yeah, and well, because they've got the number 5 is the dog park
Okay,
as a medium-term project, so
yeah,
that's why I kind of raised it when you were asking about water,
okay,
not just for humans, but for dogs.
right. Okay, great point. both of them get into a maintenance question, whether you have porta potties or you have water. Some kind of stored water, you get into a maintenance requirement. 271 Minebrook, I think this one pretty dramatically changed. And I think the council has been sort of, you know, moving along with that as well in terms of, like well, there's a lot to it, like, you can see a number of these became long. The biggest thing was that the road has to be resolved or whatever, like you got the second entrance and that has to be engineered and this, and the state's involved because it's 2 or 2 there, so it's not a trivial question. It's still in advance, essentially, right? That the only thing was it was denied, like the second entrance was denied, whether there's anything going on with the first entrance. See, it's the last, it's number 7, the entrance, right? High priority for Perfected Park, Department of Public Works and State, that they need to be involved in to progress this and make sure it's safe. I did, on number 5, they're at the amphitheater, they're saying drop, drop from the plan, or number 6, drop from the plan. Is, in the middle of their explanations, they say drop road access is much higher priority. Formal amphitheater investment required is high, right? Not high, right? Okay. For a location that's not central to other borough activity actions. Instead, look to other locations. Okay. Okay, that's that, then continuing on for 271 Minebrook. Restrooms again, you know, wait a minute, no, I think, yeah, no, it is, right, number 13, right? Now that's implying use of a building. That's there. Plan for using the building. 13 is, I think the building is the private residence. Is there a building? There's like an outfield property, right? Remember?
It's like a.
Just can't remember. Yeah, I think there's a shacky type thing, but once again, just any of the restaurants come up with the justification. And they, you know, drop some of these things, so they're. The moraine crest. It's really minimal that's here, they're kind of just saying. That the record engineering, instead of I guess destroying the trails, they should in fact try to make some formal trails and maintain them. Leave it in green acres, formal signage and clean up the Mount Airy brush. I think that was definitely mentioned, cleaning up in the context of paving, you know, Mount Airy. That's coming up, there was some opportunity potentially to get the brush by the road cleaned out.
Looking at Moraine there.
The moraine crest, yeah.
There was the, yeah, they're gonna be doing some paving there. I mean, there's even a longer thing, this isn't wrapped, but you know, there was some talk about, oh, should we think about connecting the sidewalk and these were kind of things that there was talk about, you know, asking the county to, you know.
Clear the brush out.
Yeah, because it's, well, I guess we are the owner, I guess, in a way, so.
Well, if it's in the, then the county's right away.
Yeah,
but,
right.
but they're gonna go in there
look around, it's an opportunity, that's all, if you don't ask.
Or the county was asked about sidewalks when they redid that area.
And that's another. The what?
Because when that area was redone,
That, yeah,
and that was, the county said no.
right, but now they're paying, so now. Doesn't hurt to ask.
So would there be an entrance? I don't think there's an entrance to that park off of Mount Airy right now.
That's correct.
So
I think there's one on the other side of that, yeah. So would there, we're saying that there would be one?
No, that's a different question.
Just leave it.
Leave it there. We're just saying it's pretty overgrown.
Yeah,
and
no.
jungly. And that's one of the big problems is that the gateway
Right.
for Bernardsville. And so unlike other towns where they have those gateway parks and you go by and they're all green, they look great.
Yeah,
Fields in the distance. This one just looks like jungle.
yeah.
Which maybe it looked that one, but it's there ought to be something that we can do, I would think, so that at least when we're driving by, it looks more civilized.
Yeah. I mean, I
don't have the answer. but-
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how often people use the trail that is, but it. Probably not that often. It's pretty overgrown, but I think. It might be because people don't know the trail,
Right.
because there's no signage.
There's no signage. And this also could be a dog facility too. You know,
I guess it's very, yeah, I mean,
the kid, yeah. The point was it's got a number of challenges, topologically, and that inhibit what we can do, but. I just would like us to think about what we can do to, even within those constraints, to make it look a little more, less unsightly. It's really unsightly.
So there is a county trail grant program.
Motors?
But you know, if somebody applied for one, they got great, Watchung got $300,000 for the trail. Which is, it's particular to trail. So if there's a trail that is on here,
That just can't be. It's part of the ask.
no, it's a specific funding.
So, is that funny?
So there's two requests, and one was,
So did we actually make a request?
no, I'm just saying, there's a lot of trails
There's
on here.
opportunity, right?
And if funding available, so it may change your priority, you can still keep it medium, but. Then may magically move to short, and get money.
Right.
and to your point, I did speak recently with Brad about, me just getting an update on our trail map on the borough website, as well as there is some. There just to get a proper update to fill the whole, set of all the trails. So.
So will you carry Joe's comment to the? council?
Absolutely, yep, county trail, the whole,
Yeah, but it just comes back to me anyway.
Okay.
We're,
Then there's was there anything else on Moraine Crest that? Okay, then there's Laurelwood, Round Top, Borough Springs. Which is kind of, as they mentioned, it's above the affordable housing, you know, it's. Up that. Steep hill, basically, is part of it, so it keeps going back up there.
It wasn't access negotiated there for.
Yes, yeah, it was, yeah, and I don't know how it's ended up. Since the Aldi roof had to be moved, so it's worth finding out what the current.
I think it's gonna back up personally, but yeah.
No,
The original.
yeah, they were working with. Rec, our guys, to try to do it, so. Maybe if you're, like you said, a trail map, maybe it's, oh, okay, what's that really gonna be?
Sure.
Problems, since. Cause and when it went through us, that was part of it, and they had in fact. Committed and made progress, and that they actually had looked at where the trailhead would be and.
Board, you know, and park it.
Yeah.
There was quite a bit of, some discussion.
We had talked even about a potential whole kind of right away, you know, like. Strip between the two properties to access that's potentially like more steps if you had to or wanted to.
So part would be to just ask them to RPM to provide the latest plan that they have to that section that indicated the trail.
Is the sign still there?
Oh, I'm sorry,
But it's
There's a
not,
sign, there was a sign,
for this
yeah,
trail,
yeah, right at 202.
it probably.
Probably got knocked down.
Probably not did that, because I think the construction trailer doesn't stay there.
Yeah.
I think the easiest thing is ask them what the plan is for it. You know, it was on the original plan.
absolutely, I think.
They had done well with it and like, did it, does it still have a?
But my recollection is they were gonna make a commitment to do it, but I'm not sure we ever saw it.
I can look at the original draft.
Yeah.
I think it was. Behind the parking lot towards the Dr. Sinatra's office, I think that was the where it wound up.
It was, we left it optimistically.
No, we let it
Not
fade.
vague maybe, but yeah, well, does,
I do remember them talking about whole sorts of steps. I will.
okay, and then. Dumpster square, signage, make a road, open space, signage. White neck, Whitney? Signage. So, let's see, and then ADA accessibility. Feasibility study for indoor program facilities this long range. Now, they don't have Claremont anymore. Right, very last item in the list for indoor program facility, oh, Claremont is Quincy, it's the baseball.
Yeah, the house.
Yeah. Yeah, I was confusing it with 251, which obviously there's nothing there, so. Priorities, okay. So I think the key here is how do we get this into a revised PDF, correct?
Is that what? I understood you probably before, Dave, like what you said, that Dave said that these things were already in there.
Well, no, I think what John had looked at last time was making sure that these recommendations were in this revised. I'll call it matrix. Basically the table that was sent out,
Right, and that's what was prepared just recently, like.
yes. Now how that gets incorporated into the PDF of the actual plan document, that I don't know, because,
Okay,
yeah, we can't really edit it. Us being our office, because it wasn't our plan. Exactly, yeah, there's some issues with dealing with that. You could potentially attach it at the same time as an appendix or an amendment to the plan.
Update, the PDF updated, so we just have, but we need to figure out, is it password protected, you know, how do we get the PDF upgraded?
Good ways to do it.
Oh, PDF editing, yeah.
Exactly.
Could have a Word document associated, okay?
So we don't read.
nobody's got that, that's, no.
So does anyone have? You know, full copy, licensed copy of Acrobat for PDF editing?
It's just never, it always has widows and orphans, it just doesn't. Someone will then have to go through.
Yeah.
Manual.
Manually reformat it. Yeah, we have one person in the borough that has it. Nothing.
Well, I think that the first thing is to just check whether the table is what needs to be updated. And these words are just a reflection of what's in the table, or if there are also words. Like, is the table, or is there another section that has all this stuff? And to me, this just looks like a printout of the table. Text box by text box.
Right, right, yeah.
The only thing that has to be updated is the table. And then, we just have to figure out how to get that table.
Well, wait, a minute. When you say table, are you referring to this?
This is the table.
This is what they just updated.
No, they just gave. How did they do that?
I have no idea. They don't just email it to me.
Well, they didn't give you the updated PDF,
No.
right? So this is just something that they extracted and did updates for somehow.
That definitely looks like it was made off of an Excel.
Yeah.
It's
They created it
as.
Yeah.
Maybe we just amend the table.
And then this table?
What was in the PDF,
Oh, okay, got it.
priorities that are in the PDF. We just adopt an addendum.
Yeah, I guess the key is to go ahead and take a closer look at, well, a look at what's actually in here. Thought there was a capital section. First, read it. As individual park recommendations. I think that's where the text is, if they gave us text to update that. And then there's the capital improvement plan, this table.
I guess that's where it comes in.
And that's basically what they did was they took table 8.1. And they copied the newest spreadsheet or typed it in, whatever, and they created they said, this is what we proposed, this is what was, in the first two columns, and here's what we're proposing. The revised priority and notes. So there are two pieces. One, for sure, we want to get the table superseded.
Mhm.
I mean, but that leaves open what our choices are. But we clearly don't want this table to be retained. And the point they're making is that, oh, by the way, if you change this table, which is a summary, you kind of have to go back and look at each of those sections in each of the parks and look at the bullets and so forth, and they're recommending some be dropped.
Procedural to simple attach, or are you thinking?
It's just, the challenge is. It'll be very difficult to convert that because we have so many charts and diagrams in it that we just Adobe.
Yeah.
You can sort of start from scratch and just kind of copy and paste it out into the PDF. So you take one of them.
Yeah.
2021.
It's 406 pages.
406 pages.
Oh, good.
With charts and.
Yeah.
Sounds doable, assessing you.
But it's basically section 8, the thing, which is, section 8.3 community, well, it's 8. There's a part, so
And the
section 8, and 8 has a chart. individual park recommendation, so it's section 8, so can we? Find out if we have the PDF, and we find out what section 8 looks like, if you run it into Google Acrobat?
Me personally,
Your person the one person you know,
well, it's Nancy, the administrator,
Nancy Lowell is the only one that has
yes.
the Acrobat license.
Yeah. Which is fine, I mean, I'm answering, gonna be a time consuming.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, yeah.
but not that time consuming. It's just not that much paper, it's not like 50 pages of updates.
Well, to go through
It's,
the
I
whole
guess,
document,
No,
No.
if you can.
this section 8,
If you take section 8 and
let's say we want
extract it.
we want to edit and
Okay.
make section 8 machine. We wanna update section 8, but one way is you scan it in and you say, sure, I'll use Word. Right, you print out another section and you insert that instead of section 8 from the PDF, but there's, it may be fine, in other words, if she takes the PDF. And we just say, we just want to, update section 8. I guess one of the things she could do is extract it and then print it, or show what it looks like you were saying, oh, you get orphans and all sorts of stuff like that. It looks like a problem. See if she can see what happens. I mean, I don't want to constrain what the creativity would be. It's like just what can we do? We would like to get section 8 updated. And that includes the table at the end.
You might be able just to scan it in manually, and then you speak, after that, say manually, automatically. Convert it to the OCR, which can recognize the text and then that way. For exactly this.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll scan a PDF and the program will recognize the text and then convert it to the individual format.
Yeah, the scanning can be pretty effective,
Yeah, as long as it's a good scan, we'll try to scan it inside.
So that's the alternative. If there's,
It's definitely doable. It's just better.
then plan B would be to scan it. I mean, some of the figures we just could potentially reuse, but. And we just have to have a way to keep it, memorialize it. What do we do? How do we save it? But it's not that much, the section's not really that long.
Okay.
34. Maybe 9 to 10 pages. Ask Nancy, just see what she thinks, and if she says, don't bother me or whatever, that I think plan B is, then we should just scan it into a Word document, and then,
It's just that one section, you could
this section, and
you could theoretically recreate it and we scan the entire book, 7-page document. So
Just replace the
yeah,
page.
just swap it and then we scan it
And then-
rescan the whole thing. I mean,
Yeah, the only problem is if whatever we're scanning in there's more pages or less pages, then you have to change all the page and follow. Just make it really simple.
change. Word.
This is the,
It's only some 100,
So we have elements here, we have the stuff that the rec guys gave us, right? The word, the text, we have the table. I think I'd like to see the table. There are obviously comments that just double check the table. But plan B is they're gonna scan it. Plan B,
Oh, I think they're just joking. I don't.
who's scanning it then? I'm trying to get down to how this is actually going to get done, and I'm just trying to be considerate, so.
That's just it, I don't know.
Johnny volunteered to try it.
Yeah, and
Okay,
So we're just trying, I'm saying this is hard, right? Yeah. Stephen building too, I was thinking this out, right? Sets all the different edits to the plan element you're going to do. So are you talking just, because there's other stuff here that then change too, right? So. If we want to change section 1.1, page 2. It's a lot of.
that they did or that was,
Committee.
Right,
okay,
yeah. So.
Yeah, that's the document title, hence the Bernardsville Parks and Recreation, that based in the planning board review, even changing the title of one.
Yeah.
Page.
all this, oh, so something separate than this capital plan? No,
yeah,
there's- what are you looking at that's different?
Discussion.
no, this is what John Lego created.
That should already be there.
This is what John did in the October meeting.
But this, has this been,
It should be in the PDF,
Yeah.
it should be. Let me
It
check.
should be.
yeah, here we changed it.
No, we didn't adopt anything,
That's already.
because we were waiting for what the rec committee needs.
Wait, so but he was able to,
Well, he was able to do it,
yeah,
with
so
an
then,
update, PDF or
yeah,
whatever.
so it's difficult to be integrated the table. So you're talking as a PDF that he's in.
But I haven't.
We don't have that capability. We don't have PDF editors.
Oh. I don't think
I think that's the
Yeah.
point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we made it simple, yeah.
You can, and.
Nancy right now is the only one.
I thought that was the point.
Yeah.
Do people think that this table, which they've given us basically with minor corrections or adjustments, do we want to show the 2021 priority? Do we want to keep that column and as a history or?
Yes,
Yes,
I think there's a lot of value.
and seeing that, okay.
But just to clarify, so there's a working version of the Park and Recreation Master Plan. There's a version of that that exists somewhere in the PDF. The John's
Yes.
Here's the PDF.
I have PDF
Okay. You have it.
And we just have to double check
of
that.
that
Of this.
section,
That
yeah.
incorporates
It's,
pretty much everything
it's supposed to have, so we need to double check
that
that.
already does, minus the table that we went over to.
Minus the table of the word. No, no word.
Yeah.
All this other stuff.
Wait, what's that other stuff?
These are all, for everything that's at the table, there are words in the document in section A,
Oh,
for
okay.
consistent.
I thought you said words. I was
Word, no,
confused.
word, like bullet and stuff.
We're not just looking to drop in the table. We want to drop in the table, but then also the text.
Text.
That we need to match the table, because otherwise there are gonna be inconsistencies between what's listed in the table and then what's actually.
Yeah.
Discussed.
Understood, so I guess, maybe the question, maybe John just. He has the document, right? If it's-
Was it a John Fire?
They can. They can, not John, but
Yeah.
his replacement.
There's something there.
Yeah.
We can reach out, I wasn't familiar that he was editing the document,
Yeah, it's. Okay. We have a.
Yeah, I don't know.
Editable document somewhere, just need to get our hands on this.
Was this an Excel or is this, did this come to you as a PDF? This.
Filing position is a PDF.
It is,
Which makes me believe that somebody created it originally in Excel.
and they created, they put it in the PDF creator, but they have an Excel source. Right. All right, so why don't we ask the rec committee for the Excel source for this file,
Okay.
okay? Whatever we have to do. I'll agree to go through it. You know, typos and.
Meanwhile, I'll reach out to John. I don't think he was the one that was editing the document. I say this with all respect to John. Sometimes I have issues with Microsoft Word, well, on the documents.
Yeah, I don't think John edited it either. I don't know who did, but
We figure out who did it.
Yeah, we'll see that, yeah.
there was a company, the planning company that created the document years ago was the problem. They sent it in, and it wasn't even in PDF form. There was some other,
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
it was something that we couldn't do anything with.
If I would just quickly check
See, so
if these updates are in what we have. Let's just make sure, and then the answer could be exactly what you're saying, is like, well, John never touched it and didn't never do it, and no one in, no one ever did it, and so. We're back to then, okay, what do we wanna do? So,
The company that created it in the first place in 21 is it still in existence?
how much do you wanna pay to ask the questions?
Not if it's a consultant agreement made for hire.
it's just gonna be the same thing.
The work made for, it's explicitly said, it explicitly excludes the updates, it's like, if you want this.
No, it's not the original.
Yeah, there might be some, vision in the contract with they.
We're not entitled to it.
They won't, we tried. Like, when I first started, we checked.
They know what they're.
All they did was whatever.
Negotiated that agreement.
So.
They want to be paid.
That's why. They also, the come explain it, part of the public meeting, they got a nice fee for that. All right, so where we stand is you're just gonna ask, you're still gonna ask Nancy, but she's gonna. We're gonna check, you're gonna check if this is already in what you've got, right? Your PDF, your latest PDF, we'll check if this is in there, which we think is in there, but we suspect it was actually put there by the consultant.
That's, that's my, because I'm doing a quick search right now, these edits, and it looks like these are in what's. In a plan drafts from, I guess, 2021.
Right.
That always says. So I will also check with John. I don't think, well, I probably won't get in contact with him tomorrow, but on Monday. Or the next
That's
week.
okay, just to confirm it. We think we know what the answer is gonna be.
Yeah, I would be very surprised if it was in.
We're gonna ask the rec guys for this Excel they use for this. We're going to. Well, I guess we can wait. Those two things, right? And if Nancy can't. Decompose it, basically, make it give us an editable thing. Then the next step is to scan in section 8, I think.
That's a good program. Well, then you also need to go in and change all those students.
That's why she's the only one, so the town doesn't have to pay for the full licenses.
I'll think it'll be subscriptions that expense. You can even schedule one big thing.
Yeah, well, I paid a form, I think, to wait till next year. I think it's yeah.
You don't need to, yeah, so don't we do everything else, distributed trials, you just need to.
Right.
Maybe free trial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just find out. You got a copy, let's just find out.
Yeah, it's very.
Yeah.
It's a small section, so. Again, we're not that big in here. And we'll get the spreadsheet that way.
Yeah, well, that should be easy.
What else? Anything? And then the other thing would be to get through all this and then schedule a meeting for next year, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think they were the one who sort of said they wanted to do it.
Oh, right.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. Which we don't have to put on an agenda yet, right? So we'll.
No, yeah. Regular meeting is, January 15th.
Yeah, it's a notice for it, please.
Yes,
Anything else on this, other? Anything glaring that we? Before we overdo, but.
I have just one thing unrelated, the Zoom that we're planning to have on Tuesday evening. We need to change it to 7. 6:30 didn't work for a couple of people. She's in another meeting, so.
That's fine with me.
So 7, Sharon said she's okay with it, and I'm pretty sure David's gonna be fine with it, so they would fine with whatever.
Sounds
So
good.
I'll end up sending another email. I'll change it to 7.
All right, so we'll progress with this one. Let me know what you run it to. But if they can get us a spreadsheet that I can kind of take care of.
Yeah, that should be.
Let's
To
see.
be very.
All right, so enough of that then, we've got this just awareness that there's a pending application for Bistro 73 where. They want to use the building next to them.
On the other side of the alley.
Yes. And I guess the only question, the two things that come up, which are occupancy. So they were under, their previous agreement was when they were building the alley and the enclosure, and I'm assuming they're keeping that. Was they had a set occupancy amount.
They're not going to increase that.
And it would stay the same. But is this just a different?
So this,
Is a private thing?
the atrium room, whatever you want to call it, it is really not a 4-season room. It's really more of a 3-season. So they have, it's cold, basically,
Yeah.
in the
I
winter.
mean, the back, the one that's in the back.
Exactly, yeah. So, I actually spoke to the owner, and it's in the application as well, that they will not increase the seating capacity from what it is right now, because the main reason for them is their kitchen couldn't even accommodate. So,
Well, this sounded like a whole new business though. This is.
no, it's not a new
I
business.
mean, it's the same business, but. It's getting into the reception kind of deal. They're
Well,
suggesting.
It's a meeting space, but also for parties and sort of thing. I mean, they already do that.
And it's, but they're keeping the atrium. They shut down.
Yes, but they would never fill all 3 things. That's their, so obviously.
That's
it would have to
their
be
claim.
conditioned. Right, it would have to be conditioned, yeah.
So there are kind of 2 factors in that. One is just like fire code occupancy, things like that. The other thing is number of tables and park, which is tracking parking, right? Basically,
Yes, but if they're not increasing the number of seats that they're already approved for, then parking shouldn't.
how do you enforce that? Yeah, you can't, and
You can't.
I don't.
We'll find out when they show.
Yeah,
Get that
Is
discussion.
part of it.
yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, shouldn't we?
All right, don't come in, just be ready to. Discuss. Was. Okay. Nothing else on that.
No, that's the only pending application.
And any idea when they're aiming for?
Well, I don't have reports yet. So they're definitely not gonna be on for January.
Okay.
That would be a long shot.
Okay.
For it to come together that quickly, maybe have a month, but. With the holidays and noticing, I think it would be a long trip.
Okay, no visitors, no executive session. We're adjourned. Thank you. And that's not the right time, so.
That's approximately 9.
So I will be very happy to do it. Good. Or. Sure.
Right.
But,
And so, yeah.
You can parameter. And, you know, that again.
So they.
Be honest.
yeah.